The bounce house, and it's easy to see why they call it that. Home of the Knights of UCF. What do you think about that? And this crowd is ready for a big one. Today, a Big Ten clash, and you know when you square off against a conference opponent, the blood boils a little hotter. As we'll see, the USC Trojans taking on the winners of 4 straight, the UCF Knights. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Powell again, Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Will kick it away to start us off. Oh, he's going to take a chance. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. On first down, here comes this offense. Past the sticks, and he may get more. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Showing the arm strength to the left. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field of play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Couldn't connect on that last play. Now 2nd and 10 from the 42. They'll try the run. They could have used a little bit more there and picked up a 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Now that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
And he can't grab the bullet pass on 3rd down.
Well, they try to throw for it there on 3rd down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud, make it real difficult on our opponent.
Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. First down here for the offense. He'll try the left side. Into a mass of giant bodies. We'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Little touch pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Makes the grab. It's 4. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup. He went for it. He attacked it, got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
I love that play call. This offense is going to run the football. They're not just going to do it between the tackles, but they're going to attack you outside. You saw that with that handoff. They get to the right. They get him in space using his speed. Good play call.
And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
I know that shot down the field was incomplete, but you got to keep taking shots. Those receivers love to go deep. It gives them a breath of fresh air. They get more excitement. They're going to the quarterback with a little bit more juice because you know you're feeding them. So I would keep taking deep shots down the field.
They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Trojans. Lining up to add another. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And
he's going to throw deep right side. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest. And you could tell, just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Fires into traffic, picked off. Got some room to run. And a sensational return, and they finally stop him inside the 15.
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy, and that offensive coordinator is going to look extremely smart.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can't pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, USC. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it.
UCF 0.
He's going to try his luck from the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme.
He'll take a deep shot here. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Well, this is a receiver that needs to touch the ball in a variety of ways. They're going to throw it to him, but they're also going to get him involved on jet sweeps.
Now on second down. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter.
37. 4th down coming up. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, USC 14, UCF 0.
It would have been a 54-yarder if they'd tried the field goal. Instead, they'll try to convert on 4th and short. Using his feet. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. From that spot on the field, this is the area that we expert commentators call no man's land. So the call makes sense.
You have to go for it. You're in a situation where you're in field goal range for maybe elite kickers, but, dude, go for it. You're not going to have anything to lose. Field position will still be okay. You got to go for it in these situations.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. To the ground. He's got it again. Got enough space. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Knights.
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job. And that helped lead to the home run.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Wide out in motion. He's back to throw on 2nd down. Got his man on the right. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. The Trojans getting it done through the air, picking up the 1st down.
And they always got one of these, a big arm sucker that can sling the ball down the field. You think about USC, that's what I always think about. Quarterbacks, playmakers, Hollywood, Heisman's.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts gets us to your completion percentage, which is good, and then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
Got enough for the first down and wants more. Give him 88 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing.
What great explosiveness by this running back to break through and almost get to the house, Jesse, but just comes up short.
Well, I'll tell you, he had a lot of help downfield as well. Receivers getting blocks and making life easier on the back there. And all of a sudden now this offense knocking on the door deep down in their opponent's territory.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And the Trojans are threatening on 1st and goal. He wants to throw it. Fires to the wideout. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Southern Cal! And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. They'll try it again from the one on 2nd and goal. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They want to run this quarterback. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. It's 3rd down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Got his man in the middle. And they knock him down in the backfield. Outstanding play by the defense. Now looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. And this will be a short one from about 21 yards out. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And now the lead is extended a little further.
UCF 7.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really, really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Complete on 3rd down. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. He wants to throw it again. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, and you don't see very many quarterback hits on screens. You know, the offense wants to bluff real quick and make it look like pass, and then the quarterback's supposed to pop up, look like pass, and quickly get rid of it. You could tell timing all wrong. It was all jacked up, and that play went absolutely nowhere.
Using his legs to buy some time. He'll turn it loose out to the right. And it's picked off. Bringing it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Looking to scramble. Outside the pocket, let's go.
You know, these throws to the perimeter of the field can be so tricky for a quarterback. You've got to be pinpoint accurate and have great timing. You didn't see it there from the QB.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at 2nd down. Wide receiver shows motion. He's going to pass on second down. Got his man on the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
He's got it. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Defenses throughout the week study every 3rd down situation. You got to be ready for what they do, how they do it, and then be able to adjust. Great job by the offense so far having success.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. Looking for more room. Past the 30. The tag. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, UCF. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
And these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating.
Oh, picked off. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
Well, I think it's pretty safe to say this guy's going to be getting a helmet sticker. That now his 2nd interception of the game. He has just been lights out here today.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Quick pass on the fly motion. The Knights will keep this drive going. This will likely be the last play of the half. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
That's a phenomenal job getting after the quarterback and getting a hit on him to affect his accuracy, because if they didn't get the pressure, that was going to be a touchdown. He had a guy wide open in the end zone. That was a golden opportunity, but the defense comes up big.
And the offense will stay out there with a mere 3 ticks remaining here in the 1st half. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half.
UCF.
And as the clock is winding down here in the 1st half, they'll send out the field goal team. And this will be a short one from about 21 yards out. Good, right down the boulevard. And guys, that field goal draws us even as we get close to halftime. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. They'll try the right side. Got room at the 35. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
The jet sweep pass. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
I just love the play call. You're getting a fast player out in the open field, and it's enough to get you a first down.
The Trojans will have it 1st and 10. He leaves it with the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Throws for the tight end. Complete downfield. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. And the Trojans are moving quickly down the field. Grabbed in the backfield. It's 4. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds. On second down, they'll take to the air. Throws to the wideout. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Turnover margin always goes such a long way in deciding who wins the football game. Interception number 3, that is no bueno. Got to take care of the football. Can't keep putting your defense in a bad position, putting them on the field time and time again.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Dances away from the heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
I like the offensive idea here to try to change the launch point of the QB, but you got to do a better job protecting him because guys can't complete passes when they're getting hit.
They think they can create space here with the run to the right. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks.
Oh, look out! He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Looking to throw, it's Bryant. It's complete on the right side. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
And that's why this running back's a big weapon here, right? Because not only can he run the ball, but he can catch it too. Even running flat routes when you know the ball's going to be in the air a long way, he can adjust to it and make something good happen after the catch. And quite honestly, they need him because they've thrown a couple of picks now in this game. They've got to find a way to get this guy more involved.
Ran through the contact. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. They might have the defense's head spinning a little bit now. Hit them with a big run, now they hit them with a big pass.
Man, it's so hard to defend both. You know that. Which coverage do I want to put? Do I want to put more people in the box to stop the run?
Touchdown, Knights! And that one will give them the lead.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Leaves it with the back. Can't get him to the ground. Oh, look out on the right. The 30. The 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Trojans.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
He'll return it. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse.
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
Hoping to find one that works this time on second down from the 7. Back to throw, it's Bryant. Lost one deep down the right side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Got the first down. Looking for more. Oh, look out. There he goes. Finally, they get him out of bounds. Thought they were going to let him run until he got tired. I don't think he's tired. He's headed to the 4th quarter. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. A first down run in the red zone. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's got it. Touchdown, UCF! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way. What's it dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. West Virginia is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Kansas State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Hit the gas, kid! Wide open ahead. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense getting set for first down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Quarterback now breaking the field. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Man, that's so frustrating. It happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. He makes the connection. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing.
Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. That's why you love veterans in this defense. They stay locked in on their rules, and he made the pick. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. How about that blocking up front and that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays. Everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now third down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock. But the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
The Knights line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Running it back, it's Murphy. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
He's looking to throw it. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another one, in harm's way. You got to make sure you're throwing to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Man, it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
Makes the grab. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Got the first down and more. Touchdown, Trojans! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And great job executing. The offense did what they needed to do. You got somewhat of a decision here. Do you want to kick it, tie it up? I think you do with this time frame. 1 to 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. You probably want to do that, but you could push the envelope. You could go for 2 and try to take the lead.
Going for the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. There's enough time to get the ball down the field here, David, but you've got to make sure you're efficient and avoid mistakes.
Yeah, and those 2-minute drills, you always talk about the first down, Jesse. Get that first down, stop the clock, get some momentum going on offense.
Yeah, and good decision-making by the quarterback, too, right? You don't have to be greedy in this situation. Just take what the defense gives you and get yourself in position to win.
Scanning the field, it's Bryant. Makes the grab on the left. Still on his feet at the 45. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
Quarterback now on the run, still looking. The throw. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
They'll run it from the gun. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. We've got a timeout on the field, and we are set up for a terrific finish. They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of third and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You could throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off and they pick it up.
And you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the first down.
They get the timeout called with 7 seconds left on the clock. The Knights getting set on 1st and 10. On the move, it's Weaver. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. They'll send out the kicker here.
On the field goal.
And it's good. The short field goal